I will share with you the GBP trade that we took that got our 2 Prop firm accounts funded. Welcome to XTADUK Capital. This is our investment journal where we document our complete investment process from market analysis to capital allocation. If you'd like to see more of these videos, subscribe to our channel, turn the notification on, and you'll be notified of our future videos. So now, let's go to the charts. Simply put, we are bearish on GBP USD, meaning we are looking for sales on this pair, okay? How do we get to this conclusion? It's very simple. I will take you guys to the past so that you understand where we are coming from, then how we get here and where we are planning to go, okay? All right. Starting from here, you can see at the past that GBP USD was bullish. It was breaking structures to the upside, okay? But at some point, something happened and this market moves down, come lower and took all liquidity from all these lows. It took liquidity from all these lows and made it to break structure to the upside again, creating what we call a strong low. A strong low or strong high means zones which we believe that either buyers or sellers respectively have declared interest on, and most likely they are going to defend those zones when market comes back to there again. So we prefer to trade from those zones to the weaker zones. All right. So now, after this market created a strong low, it moved down to the demand zone where we expected buyers to step in and take out this weak high. But you see what happened. The buyers indeed stepped in, created a market structure shift, but sellers stepped back in and pushed this market to the downside again, breaking this structure, which is not supposed to happen. So once this happened, immediately it created what we call internal strong high, okay? Meaning this is the most dominant structure now in this market. Although the overall trend is bullish, but the internal trend is currently bearish. So now we are leaning with the most recent structure, okay? That's why we're believing that this zone now, this high that is internal strong high, will be defended by the sellers which stepped in here to break this structure. How do we get involved in this market? Simple. We'll be picking our fib and plot it from point A down all the way to point B. Okay, now this market is currently situated at the discount zone. This is the discount and this is the premium. Okay, this market is currently at the discount zone, so we will be patient to wait for this market to find its way up to this premium. This is where we want to sell because we are looking for sales. We want this market to be a little bit expensive so that we will sell and make a reasonable amount, reasonable profit. Okay, once the market step into this zone, we'll be looking for our entry confirmations. Okay, if we get our entry confirmation, we'll be taking this market down, and our overall target will be 1.31434. Okay, that is the level we'll be targeting if everything goes well and we get into this trade. Okay, then we'll be targeting that low. So this is our complete thesis on GBP USD. All we have to do from now is just to wait. So this has been like few days after we analyze the market with you guys. So and there has been some changes in the market, and we are here to show you what has happened and how we are looking to play the market going forward. So GBP USD, as you can see from the last time we analyzed this market, was somewhere here. Now it has moved way up closer to where we're expecting it to be, to go into. So what are we expecting from GBP USD going forward? It's pretty simple. From what I marked here, you can already see it. GBP USD, we expect it to go into this zone and give us an entry confirmation for us to shut this market down. Okay, so we'll be entering GBP USD in two ways. If it makes its way up to this supply zone like we marked here, we'll be opening our limit order aggressive into this trade. But if it did not make it to this zone and give us our entry confirmation from somewhere here, then we'll be entering this market something like this. Okay, we're entering this market something like this. So that's how we look to play GBP USD. That's how we used to get involved in GBP USD. Coming into this week, I told you guys I was bearish on the GBP USD, that we were waiting for GBP USD to get to premium so that we'll be looking for selling opportunities to take this trade back to the downside. Okay, but currently, as we are speaking with you, we've placed a buy limit on GBP USD. So let me explain what's changed. Okay, so if you come here following this break of structure to the downside, I told you guys that I was like, I'm going to be looking for selling opportunities here to take this market down. Or if I zoom this chart, I will show you what happened, what changed. You can see that GBP USD made its way to premium after forming this low. It tapped this my retracement fib 50% fib retracement too, and tried to give us our entry confirmation, but failed. He only ended up sweeping liquidity from this low, then moved to the upside again to break structure. This immediately tells us that GBP USD wants to move deeper into this premium, or maybe most likely continue to take out this high. Okay, so, and this is our retracement model 2 in our framework. Okay, so immediately this happened, we made a decision immediately to get involved in this buy, in this trade, and that's why we placed our buy limit here. So our buy order is placed currently on GBP USD here, and we're just going for 1-to-1. Why are we looking for 1-to-1? Simple, because this is only what we need to get funded on the current profit capital we are managing. From now on, we will not be doing anything here. We will simply wait for GBP USD to come and trigger us and hopefully give us our 1-to-1 for us to get funded. Then by next month, we'll start looking for probably to see if we'll get payout on this account. Before I show you what the chart is looking like, because we've not recorded a video for some time now. I think this is the 3rd day since the last time we recorded a video. So before we show you what GBP USD is looking at like now, let's first of all show you our trade thesis, like other things we do leading to allocating capital in a particular opportunity. Okay, so let's show you how our trade thesis look like. So here we are on our trade thesis. If you look at the left, you can see that these are the trades we've been taking for, I think, 3 months now. So this is the current GBP trade we are currently we are currently discussing. So this is GBP USD technical trade thesis. It's active, although it has concluded, but here it still says active. So the time when we executed this trade was 13th of June. Now, okay, we've not put the end date. Okay, we'll do that together after this video. So let's walk through this thesis, how it looks like. First page is where we will see our market context. So this market context is simply where we talk about the overall market structure we're looking to trade. Then you can see that this is the diagram, the image. Then the second phase is where we talk about the phase. You know, market moves through phases, and in our framework we identify these phases, and in these phases there are several models we execute in these phases. So this is where we talk about the phase, and we point out, upload the diagram. Then this is our execution framework. So this is the execution phase where we go through all our checklists for execution and make sure that the market, that the particular opportunity we are looking to trade, meets all these checklists. Okay, you can see here we ask of the model in play, the bias, which is long, criteria, see all the criteria we list here, the entry type we use. On this case, this is aggressive entry. You can see other criteria we go through, like our what is the risk to reward of the trade, what percentage of our portfolio are we going to allocate in this particular opportunity. So these are the entry frameworks. You can see the entry diagram here. Then the fourth phase is where we ask ourselves, this is like our last checkpoint before we decide to allocate capital in a particular position or opportunity. We ask ourselves, why should this trade work? And you can see that we went through this trade idea, have 100% of our continuation model 2 checklist. Okay, example, then we list all the examples here. Then the last phase is second to last phase is the trade management, where we go through, we pre-plan how we are going to manage a particular position we are going into, and yeah, we'll go into it. In this situation, there's no trade management here because it's just 1-to-1 that we are going for. So it's just, we said 100% of the position will be closed at 1-to-1, so there's no much trade management here. Then the last phase is last chapter is the trade results, which we've not uploaded. We'll do that together on this video. So yeah, this is how we structure our trade thesis, and this is what we do on every trade before we allocate capital to any opportunity. So yes, let's now go and show you how GBP USD is looking like now. As you can see how the trade is looking now. GBP USD has blown past our exits, so we've exited this position, and this trade already has gotten us funded of our 2 prop accounts, like we told you earlier on the previous clip. Okay, now this trade was going to get us funded, so we cannot really show you the positions again because we've transitioned the new into the new accounts. So yeah, the trade played out well, as you can see, and everything is looking nice. We don't really think, considering how this move is, how powerful this explosion is, we believe that GBP USD will go out to take out this high, but that will be for the next video. Okay, we'll be discussing GBP USD on our next weekly chart analysis. So yeah, we'll go back now to go and complete our trade thesis together. Okay, so if we come back to our trade thesis, go back to trade results, the trade played out very well as expected. That was a nice buy opportunity, and I will take it again. So fine, now we'll be uploading the image of this particular trade. I've downloaded it already. Okay, so now you can see we've uploaded the image. So now our trade thesis is completed, okay, for this trade. Okay, yeah, so now I will change this active to win. So this is a winning trade. So yeah, this is how we document our trades, and this will be the end of this video. So if you got any value from this video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification button so you'll be notified of our future videos.